The neon haze of Neo Vegas 7 bled across the fractured skyline, streaking the atmosphere in harsh shades of blue and pink as the city's wealth and poverty collided at its borders, where the glittering spires of commerce ended and the stacked, crumbling prefab blocks of the alien district began, where sagging power lines groaned under too much weight, where the drone of atmospheric processors fought to keep a dozen species alive. Through these streets walked Celine Vallis, a single Vidian mother, her slender hand gripping the smaller, fragile one of her daughter Lyra, who gazed with wide luminous eyes at the flickering neon signs. Their recent relocation to this bleak quarter had been forced upon them when Celine's bondmate Kaylin had abandoned them without remorse, draining their savings and leaving them with little but a bare apartment and empty cupboards. Determined to feed her child, Celine entered Galactic Goods, a humble human-owned store that promised Earth imports at cutthroat prices. Inside, under humming fluorescent lights, Celine carefully examined her handwritten list, selecting only the barest essentials: protein paste for nutrition, hearty vegetables for her species, and, against her better judgment, 2 small fruits Lyra loved. She tallied each credit in her mind, desperately aware that every miscalculation could mean hunger. At the register, they met Ethan Corwin, a tall, broad-shouldered human whose easy smile and kind eyes stood in stark contrast to the dismissive glances she often endured. When the total exceeded her means by 15 credits, shame scorched her as she reached to return the fruit and protein paste. Before she could, Ethan quietly stopped her hand, his voice warm but firm, telling her it was a first customer discount as he swiped his own card, though both knew no such discount existed. He packed her groceries, slipped a small piece of candy to Lyra, and with a conspiratorial wink, wished them well. That moment, so simple yet profound, etched itself into Celine's heart, though she could not know then how far that act of compassion would ripple. Hours later, darkness swept their building when the district's failing grid collapsed entirely. For humans, the outage meant inconvenience, but for Vidians, whose bodies demanded warmth under binary suns, it was perilous. The air turned cold, dangerously so, and Celine clutched Lyra to her chest beneath every blanket they owned, fear mounting as emergency systems failed and neighbors panicked. Desperation drove her into the freezing night until she remembered Ethan's offhand mention of living above a hardware shop nearby. Trembling, she pressed his intercom, apologizing for disturbing him, only for the door to unlock before she could finish. Ethan, tousled from sleep yet instantly concerned, ushered them in, his apartment warmed by an independent generator. He offered blankets, adjusted the temperature for Vidian comfort, cooked a simple meal, and gently teased Lyra into laughter.